Hey, how you guys doing? This is producer from Brothers Comics, still at Comic Con Revolution here in West Palm Beach, Florida. The man next to me is Juan Navarro. He is the creator of, what is he the creator of?
Tommy, it's a story about a little boy with an imaginary friend, finds out his imaginary friend's a serial killer.
Yes, and it's kind of funny, before we started this interview, there was a little girl, I would say probably no more than 10, who came up to her and was looking at the book and like, oh, that's not for kids.
Yeah, I have to be truthful about it. I told her, hey, you know, like what, maybe 10, 15 years, it's hot, you know, like you can look at everything you want. I just didn't want her to open up. It's nothing too crude, but just some bad words in there.
Yeah.
I don't want to expand her vocabulary accidentally.
Not so soon. All right, so I sat in on your Latinx panel earlier today, and a couple of things that have come out of that. One, that you said you're half Cuban, half Mexican.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Then you grew up in Florida?
Yeah, I grew up in Miami, highly Florida.
Okay. Now, what was that like? Like growing up kind of as a kind of nerd geek in Hialeah?
Okay, the best thing about it is luckily I was around other nerd geeks, so I had my support group. The one funny thing is, when I go to Mexico, I'm the Cuban cousin. I was like, you're Cuban, you're the Cuban cousin, you're cool. And then when I'm in Hialeah, I'm the Mexican guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't win. But I've always was a nerd. And luckily I was punk rock metal nerd guy, so I had punk rock metal nerd friends. So we always got together. We used to have a comic shop. Yeah, we had a comic shop called Charlie's Comics. Unfortunately, it's not around anymore. And we used to go there, and that was our hangout. That was our place. You know?
What were you into when you were younger? Like what kind of books got you interested or into comics?
Well, you know, my first comic book I always tell is my first comic book was a Star Comics like He-Man comic, Master of the Universe. I was 4 or 5. Master of the Universe was like my world. But that became my bridge because one day my best friend growing up who came in with a comic, and I remember specifically Classic X-Men number 31, and it's Wolverine on the cover with the claw, the claw, and the Hulk's head is on the claw. And it's Hulk's robot body.
Oh, okay.
And when I saw it, I was like, who's this dude killing the Hulk? And I was like, who is this guy? His name's Wolverine. He has these claws. And I was like, I got hooked. And then I had to, after that, X-Men was like my go-to.
Okay. I said this to you before. What was that conversation like? Half Cuban, half Mexican, probably somewhat traditional family. Okay. So what is that conversation like when they were like, hey, you know what? I want to pursue drawing comic books for a living. What was that conversation like?
Look, I tell you the truth. You know, everybody says it, but I think I had like the best parents in the world because the best thing is my dad. Just truthfully, my brother studied acting. I studied art. Truthfully, the best thing was that my dad, even being a Guajiro, which is kind of a hillbilly in Cuba, he said straight up, he goes, listen, I don't understand any of this. I don't.
Right.
He goes, but I support them. Right. That was the coolest thing. Yeah. He was like straight up, like, I don't get it, but you love it and you're happy, do it. And so the only thing he always told us was, you know, you gotta do your schoolwork, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You can't be failing anything. You do the best you can at whatever you're gonna do. And he always said, if you want to be a garbage man, be the best garbage man. But as long as you're happy and you're healthy, I'm cool with it. So that because of that, he was super supportive. He, like I said, didn't get it. Sometimes he was like, "What are you doing?" Because I was, you know, I was a painter, just I was sculpting and I was doing stuff in my room. And then my dad owned a body shop, so I would grab stuff from the body shop and use fiberglass and make stuff. He was like, "All right, just don't use too much of it. Don't get it in your eye. Don't." You know. So he was really supportive, really cool. So I have to admit that, and my mom too. They were my whole family, and my brother, my older brother, he always like helped push me. He was like, "Get me a sketchbook. Get me this." He was like, "Oh, you know, we collected comic books together."
Yeah.
So like the Todd McFarlane and Amazing Spider-Man run is personal to me because I collected that with my brother. You know, me and my brother, that was like what we bonded over. 10-13, like their first initial run, literally bonded J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah.
So because of that, that was always a plus, you know. So they always were really supportive.
What's your favorite part about attending the college?
Meeting people, talking to people. I think just being around a place where we all love this and we get to talk and we get to relate. And sometimes, you know, it's gripe sessions. You sit there going, oh, this movie sucks, or oh, this doesn't look good. Other times it's like, bro, did you see how cool this was? Oh, look at what this guy's doing. So just seeing stuff, I get inspired. I really dig it. You know, because we didn't have this when we were younger.
No.
You remember, like, man, comics for a long time was like, you had to hide it.
Yeah.
You know,
Very much so.
You're a nerd. You like this, and now it's the coolest thing to be a nerd. So because of that, I have to celebrate it. I love it.
Right. In the panel, we talked a little bit about, you know, Latin representation in comics, nerd culture, whatever. And I asked you a question about, do you think there's a moment in time where there'll be a Latin character that's going to be embraced like Black Panther is like currently right now?
I mean, I think it'll do it, but I think what I think it is that I think it doesn't matter because I think for us, like I said, Black Panther, I think a lot of Latinos embraced it because we feel like, okay, cool. Sometimes it's as simple as it's just not a white character.
Yeah.
Just seeing somebody not white and it's a cool character and it's noble. This is the big thing with me about that.
Right.
It's a noble character.
Right.
And it's representing a character very well. Like look at this, how great it is. That's what we did. I think for Latinos, we don't necessarily sit there and say, okay, like we can't celebrate Tony Stark, we can't celebrate Bruce Wayne, we can't, that's not a problem. We're okay with it. But I think seeing a Latin character is not a priority, but it will be cool. I'm not gonna say no.
Right.
Somebody made the joke the other day. It's like, oh, cool. African Americans have Black Panther. Latinos, all we have is Nacho Libre. Like that's the only guy we got like to celebrate. So it's like I don't mind it that much. I don't have a problem with it. I think it will be fun. It'll be cool when it comes around. But until then, we can celebrate seeing Black Panther. That we can join in. We feel like it's kind of cool.
Excellent. All right, where can people find you? Social media, where can they find the books and get the books?
The best thing for the book in the studio, preacherentertainment.com. For myself, you can find me on Fwacata, FWACATA.com. And also on Instagram and on Twitter, it's Fwacata, FWACATA. That's the Cuban sound effect of something getting hit. So that's like if I use that.
I just learned that. That's something I just learned.
Fwacata.
All right, thank you, man. Thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for
All right.
putting it down.